Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has hidden unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure, or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
When I found out I had diabetes, a friend advised me, save enough carbs for a piece of Dove dark chocolate every day. I found that wise counsel as I learned how to regulate my diet. Just one little piece of Dove dark chocolate provided the satisfaction I needed at the end of a day of saying no to bread, pasta, potatoes, and other comfort food. So thanks, Margie. Job's advice is even more appropriate. We find his pattern for living in Job 23:11 and 12. He said, "For I stayed on God's paths. I have followed His ways and not turned aside. I have not departed from His commands, but have treasured His word more than daily food." That last part really sticks with me. He highly valued God's words and ways. The thing is, Job didn't have what we have today. He didn't have the New Testament to know Jesus' redemption or love for mankind. He didn't even have the Old Testament. Most of it didn't even happen yet. He didn't have the Psalms to look for consolation as we do, or the Proverbs to guide him. In fact, the book of Job is dated to the patriarchal period, since Eliphaz, one of his friends, was a descendant of Esau. This means Job didn't even have the book of Genesis to guide him in knowing and serving God. All he had was oral tradition and personal experience. As we see, that was enough for him to know and love God and have faith, so God considered him righteous. He knew enough to know the promises of God's Messiah. At one point, Job said, "I know my Redeemer lives, and he will stand upon the earth at last." How did he know all this? It's because he hung on every word that God made available to him. He treasured all he knew about God and all he'd learned from him. God was more important to Job than life itself, even than food that's necessary for life. To him, knowing the Lord was even more necessary than eating. After all, God is the one who has given us life in the first place. Every breath is a gift from God. If Job lived in our day, he wouldn't just go to church on Sunday morning and then have a normal life the rest of the week, would he? He wouldn't even be just reading the Bible with his morning coffee. He would be immersed in God's Word. Every free moment he would spend in prayer or hungrily studying the Bible, spending time with God. Can we say that we have treasured God's Word more than our daily food? Most of us wouldn't want to go 24 hours without food. I don't know about you, but I'm a 3 meals a day and snacks in between type of person. If I don't eat at set times, I get hungry and weak. It's the same spiritually. If we don't spend time with the Lord and in His Word daily, our spirit becomes weak and vulnerable. But unlike physical food, we can eat as much as we like of God's buffet. There's those really meaty passages with deep doctrines, those fruits and vegetables with lots of vitamins of encouragement and instructions on living the Christian life, bread of stories of how God has worked in the lives of people down through the ages, and milk of the basics that are the foundations of our faith. And there's dessert galore, psalms and praises and promises so sweet that they drive out any thought of dark chocolate. All we need is right there in the Bible, and we have access to it at our fingertips. So we can have a snack or a satisfying meal of God's Word anytime we want and treasure it in our hearts.
As always, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to share a treasure, support this ministry, or get Carla to speak at an event, please contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.